Tissot has several offerings that deliver good value for money and provide a viable entrance into the Swiss automatic mechanical watch market. Retailing at 725 USD, but available new for right around 500. This Tissot Gentleman Powermatic 80 delivers a ton of features at a reasonable price point, but there are some drawbacks. Let's take a look. Founded in 1853, Tissot has a rich history as a Swiss watchmaker, and currently sits within the Swatch Group corporate umbrella along with several other notable brands, including Breguet, Blancpain, Glashütte Original, Omega, Longines, Mido, Hamilton, and others. The brand's offerings generally range from $200 to $3,000, with most of the highlights coming in between $500 and $1,500. In the past few years, Tissot has delivered a few striking models that have caught the eye of watch enthusiasts, including the PRX, the C-Star, and this Gentleman model. Where the C-Star is a diver and the PRX is an integrated bracelet retro watch, this Gentleman model delivers a more traditional three-hand style. The Gentleman comes in a variety of different colors, including black, blue, green, and this silver dial reference. And the watch is offered on leather straps as well as oyster-style bracelets for $50 more. This silver dial version comes on a nice leather alligator strap with butterfly clasp, and I think it delivers a lot, but there are definitely some negatives about this watch. The case on this watch is 40mm in diameter, 49mm lug to lug, 11.5mm thickness, and 21mm lug width. I think this watch wears a bit large visually due to the lugs only turning down slightly, so when you look at it at an angle, it appears to extend further off the wrist. I have some other watches that are larger in diameter and length, but wear a bit smaller than this one. I have a 16cm wrist and think this watch fits totally fine, but if you have a smaller wrist, you should be aware of this. This Gentleman is also a fairly light watch, coming in at just 86 grams, so definitely something that you can wear on your wrist all day. The tops and sides of the case are nicely brushed, but the bezel and the edges of the case are polished. There are no crown guards protecting the sign crown, and while some places say that it has a screw down crown, it actually does not. Having said that, this watch still claims a very nice 100 meters of water resistance. The silver dial on this version is very attractive in my opinion, and much better in person than can be shown on the video. The overall style of the face is elegant while also being strong and delivers the classic and timeless look that you want in a watch of this type. The hands and the hour markers are very finely finished and highly polished. There's a date window at the 3 o'clock position, and the dial includes minimal text, with the logo and the founding year at the 12 o'clock and the words Powermatic 80 and Silicium at the 6 o'clock. There is lume on the hour and minute hands and small bits at the outer edges of the minute track behind the hour markers, but it's not super bright. I'm totally fine with the perceived size of the case on this watch because I think it's a very attractive face, so I'm perfectly happy with it having a bit more presence on my wrist. The watch has a nice exhibition case back where you can see the Swiss automatic movement called the Powermatic 80. This movement is based on the ETA 2824 caliber, but has been beefed up significantly by the addition of a silicon balance spring for greater longevity, precision, and resistance to magnetism. This Gentleman offers an astounding 80-hour power reserve and has hand winding and seconds hacking. The Tissot signed rotor has some nice detailing on it to give the inner workings of this movement a bit more visual appeal. Having looked at all these nice aspects of this watch, let's now turn to the factory strap. This strap is 21mm and tapers down to 18mm at the clasp. The leather on this strap looks really good but does take some time to break in to fit around your wrist comfortably. Maybe I'm just not a big fan of butterfly clasps, or maybe this specific strap and clasp don't work with the shape of my wrist, but this clasp is pretty uncomfortable for me, and that's a bit disappointing. If I put it on the 4th to tightest setting, the watch is a bit loose and gets pushed up above my wrist, but if I put it on the 3rd tightest setting, it's a bit tight, and when I close the butterfly strap, it pinches the underskin on my wrist. Let me be clear, I think this watch looks absolutely fantastic. I love the dial, the finishing, the classic style, the 80-hour power reserve, the exhibition caseback. This watch offers a lot at a reasonable price point, and when I see it on my wrist, I'm blown away by how it looks, and that makes me happy. I very well may look to add this watch to my collection, but I would probably opt for the bracelet version or swap out the strap. Anyway, those are my thoughts on this piece. Let me know in the comments below if you have this watch and what your thoughts are on it. Thanks.